Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're doing a What's Next on Dmitry Bivol, the former longtime WBA light heavyweight champion, following his, I guess it's a controversial decision loss to Artur Beterbiev as he challenged to become the undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world on October 12th, as they main evented the Riyadh season card. The main event took place on ESPN Plus for the undisputed title. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So for Bivol, it's going to be interesting to see what he does. There isn't an automatic rematch clause in the contract, but we've heard that Turki Al-Sheikh wants to make the immediate rematch with Beterbiev. But Beterbiev has a mandatory due with Michael Eifert in the IBF. He may be giving that belt up so he can fight Bivol in a rematch, but then it would not be for undisputed. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. As I said, it was a great fight between the two. I thought Bivol worked hard and was doing well in the first half, but second half, just Beterbiev's relentless pressure closed the fight, and I thought it was close. I had it a draw, but I didn't have a problem with Beterbiev winning a close decision. It was a majority decision, so it wasn't like it was a blowout, but I guess apparently a lot of people had a problem, including Bivol, including, like I said, Turki Al-Sheikh. I think Bivol's protesting the loss. I don't think he's going to get anywhere with that. It was a very close fight. But let's run through the top 10 and see what possibly could be next for Bivol. Now, we start with Beterbiev in a rematch. If they rematch, what it's looking like right now is that it's not going to be for the undisputed title, which is a shame. Bivol busted his ass trying to become the undisputed, champion, and now they're talking about, basically doing the Usyk Fury thing, which sucks, because I understand there's guys waiting in line, but I mean, this is why my super mandatory option should always be a thing right here. So I decided to read, some more news in the middle of this video. Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. Eddie Hearn says that Turki Al-Sheikh says the rematch is on. But I do not believe it's going to be for the undisputed title, which is a shame. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It could not be on. Other fights that potentially could be there. Let's run through it. David Benavidez, I don't see it. Benavidez is going to fight David Morrell next. I don't think Bivol wants to risk against a guy like Benavidez before a potential rematch with Beterbiev. Then you got Anthony Yard. He potentially could be an option for Bivol in the interim as he awaits. I think Yard is kind of tailor-made for a guy like Beterbiev's style. He could outbox him, but Yard has that power. But it's a good matchup on the interim, and it's a good name to get on his resume. Yard's been in a ring with Sergey Kovalev and Beterbiev, so I think Yard is a potential option for Bivol. Alexander Vocyk, he could potentially be an option. He's coming off the loss to David Benavidez. I still think Vocyk is a serious player at 175. But would he be the kind of guy that Bivol wants to fight next? I'm leaning towards the no, but I definitely think he could still be a possibility. Then you got Joshua Buatsi. Would Buatsi want to risk his mandatory shots to fight Bivol in the interim before Beterbiev? Well, it's kind of a catch-22. If he did and he beat Bivol, then he's guaranteed a shot with Beterbiev. And if he doesn't, he's got to wait longer and potentially could never even fight Beterbiev, because Beterbiev might be fighting somebody else. He might be fighting a bigger name, because he's already won 2 fights against Bivol, and he might be giving up belts. Buatsi becomes world champion that way, but not by taking on the bigger name fighter. So it's kind of catch-22. You don't know. I do think it's possible, but I'm going to lean towards the less likely. Then you got Callum Smith, the former champion, former super middleweight champ. He was rumored as one of the 2 potential opponents, because he's a matchroom guy, to fight Bivol next, prior to Bivol fighting Beterbiev. So I do think it's possible, but does Callum Smith want to come back And with no titles on the line and fight a guy like Bivol next, even though it wouldn't be a bad money fight, would he want to do that next? I don't know. I think that's kind of a mistake for Smith, but I wouldn't completely rule it out either. Willie Hutchinson coming off of a loss to Buatsi. I mean, I guess he's an option, but I don't think he's a big option, not coming off a win. Michael Eifert is in line to fight Beterbiev next for the IBF title. Not a big name, so I don't see that. A rematch with Malik Zinat is not there. I heard Albert Ramirez, because he's a WBA's number 2 contender. I heard he's up there in the WBA rankings. He could be a possible option. After that, I don't see a lot of big names. So Bivol, he is at that place now, coming off the loss, that if he took a fight in the interim, it would be against a solid name. And I've heard Callum Smith. I heard Albert Ramirez, who's an undefeated light heavyweight. I also think Anthony Yard, and I think potentially like Joshua Buatsi or Alexander Vocek might be possible for Bivol. So we'll see what happens. I personally think the rematch is going to happen, but it's not going to be for the undisputed title, which sucks, but it is what it is. So we'll see what goes down, but that's it. That's what I got. That's my what's next on former longtime light heavyweight world champion Dmitry Bivol, following his very close majority decision loss to Artur Beterbiev as he challenged for the undisputed light heavyweight title on October 12th on ESPN+. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing, and you've been hit with the truth.